We welcome you to Father's Day at Bossy Field here in Evansville, Indiana, as we get set here for Game 3 of a 3-game series between the Mississippi Mud Monsters and the Evansville Otters. Oh, hopefully everyone's having a very good Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads out there that are watching. Particular shout out to my father, I wouldn't be here without his guidance and support. And everybody else, hopefully having a very good Sunday afternoon here. It's Evansville against Mississippi. The Otters are trying to sweep the Mud Monsters after winning the series against Mississippi earlier this month. They're trying to go for the 3-game sweep. This sweep would be their 5th of the season, all of which being here at home. They would go to 18-3 at home with a victory and 26-12 with the loss by Washington today. Otters with a win will be only half game back of Washington in the Central Division. On the other side, Mississippi trying to avoid getting swept. Their loss yesterday ended up dropping their 5th straight game, which is their first 5-game losing streak in franchise history. And they've only been existent for 2 seasons, so not too long they've been a team for, but still 5-game losing streak. If they lose this one, it'll be the first time ever that they have been swept in back-to-back series. So a lot's on the line here. It was a very close game yesterday as the Otters just survived a comeback attempt by Mississippi. It was 4-1 in the 9th. Junior Serta came in to try and get the save. He ended up giving up 2 runs, and the tying run was on 3rd, and there was a little bit of controversy at the end of things as Slater Shield struck out on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball that hit the top right corner of the zone. It was called strike 3. Shield didn't think so, argued with the home plate umpire, Miguel de la Cruz, and ended up getting tossed after the game. And then there was some chirping between Mississippi, their dugout, and the fans behind home plate here at Bossy Field. So maybe tensions are a little high. Slater Shield and Samuel De La Rosa both got tossed in yesterday's contest. Let's take you inside the broadcast booth. Hey, there we go. Hi, how we doing, everybody? My name's Evan Patoka. The 2 gentlemen behind me are the players of the game for yesterday, as Ryan Wilsey threw 6 2/3, gave up only 1 earned run, and ended up getting the victory yesterday. Dominant pitching performance, retired the first 13 he saw yesterday. And the other guy behind me, John Ponder, future Frontier League Player of the Week. Keep that in mind when they announce the player and pitcher of the week tomorrow. That man will be up there, and we will make sure of it. He went 4 for 4 yesterday. He's currently on a major hot streak this week. He has a 4 for 4 game, a 5 for 7 game, a 3 for 6 game, 4 multi-hit games in total. He's hitting the ball insanely well. Frontier League. What are we doing? There's an easy choice. The guy right here. Let me, matter of fact, right here. Right here. Give it to him. Either way, it's a little bit of a warm day out today. The Otters are wearing the Eville jerseys today, the City Connect, quote unquote, as if they win this one, they're going to stay undefeated in those uniforms. They'll be 8-0. After the win yesterday in the home whites, they're 4-0 in those uniforms. So overall, 11-0 when wearing any all-white uniform. So it'll be a good one here between Mississippi and Evansville. Mississippi on the other side wearing the all-black uniforms after rocking with the all-teal yesterday. As you can see the bullpen there. Starter for today for Evansville is Ben Petschke. Petschke has a 5.30 ERA in 37 1/3 innings. His last outing was on the 16th against Lake Erie. He threw 6 innings of scoreless ball. Pretty good. Got the victory, 107 pitches. It was the 18-2 win, so even if he gave up a decent amount of runs, probably didn't matter. Probably still would have gotten the win in that one. But in his only start of the season against Mississippi, that was back on the 4th. That was the 13-13 sudden death game in which Petschke had his worst outing of the season. He only got 2 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 9 earned runs. But the Otters did end up coming back from being down 8 to win that one. So we'll see what happens here. Petschke 5-2, the Otters are when he makes the start. On the other side, it's Brian Williams. doing the pitching for Mississippi. 6.75 ERA and 42 2/3. Still looking for his first victory of the season, as he's currently at an 0-5 record after giving up 54 hits, 32 earned runs, walked 19, struck out 35. Last start for Williams was on the 16th against Washington. He threw 6 innings, only gave up 1 earned run, and struck out 10, but still earned the loss. It was a very unfortunate turn of events because it was a 2-0 loss, so the offense just couldn't pick him up there in that start. But his 10 strikeouts tied the team record for most strikeouts in a start, so he's coming off of a pretty hot start, even with the loss. But the only start that he's had in his last 5 without earning the loss was on the 4th against Evansville, in which he threw 5 innings, gave up 10 hits, 6 earned, 5 strikeouts, and 13-13 game. Sudden death, meaning that there was no losing pitcher technically for Mississippi, and the winning pitcher was Junior Serta. So these two guys are facing off for the first time since June 4th. It was a wild game, the longest game of the season. We'll see what happens here when these two face off yet again, as we have our player intros for Evansville. Every other game is finished, so we are indeed the standalone game here in the Frontier League. We're not going to really get this opportunity too often. There's not a lot of teams that start late on Sundays just because of the getaway days, and I kind of feel bad for Mississippi, meaning because they have to go back the 8 hours to Mississippi after this one. So apologies to the Mud Monsters for having them go through that. But Otters are still trying to get the sweep here, as we'll take you to St. Claude Felter. We finish up player intros, and we'll hit the national anthem here. So we'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network.
We have an opportunity to introduce her. Let me give a shout out to Julia Klein, as she is the one who is performing our national anthem. Tonight's game ball is delivered to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
And just saying those legendary words that start every single Otters game. I got November in REL. What do we say?
We are ready to go here for game 3 of 3 between Mississippi and Evansville. It's been a pretty good series so far. 1-run game, 1-run victory for the Otters. With that 1-run win, they're now 7-1 in 1-run games. Any sort of winning category you see, Otters are doing pretty good at it. 24-3 when they out-hit their opponents. On the other side, 0-9 when they're not. So luckily, because the Otters have been getting so many singles the past week, we've been able to out-hit our opponents and win games relatively easily. It wasn't as easy yesterday, but it was very easy on Friday. It was a 13-1 victory. There's Ben Petchke starting for the Otters as we'll take a look at the lineups. First, for the visiting Mississippi Mud Monsters, it's Braylon Skinner in center field, leading off with Kyle Booker behind him. In left, Travis Holt is at third base, batting third. Cleanup man is A.J. Fritz today at first, with Gaston Furr behind him, moving from 2 to 5 today. Samuel De La Rosa doing the DHing. And then the bottom three, Tevis Payne the second in right field today, with Simo behind the dish, and Slater Shield batting ninth. On the other side for the Otters, John Ponders in center field with Amani Jones behind him batting second. Dennis Pierce, Logan Brown, 3-4 guys. As per usual, Sam Linscott's in right field batting fifth with Marcos Gonzalez batting sixth. And the bottom three, LG Castillo and left Blake Robertson at first. And TJ Salvaggio, after getting scratched from the lineup yesterday, is back for Game 3 of the series. Our umpires for today, Jalen Jarvis is calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. He's wearing the light blue today, with Juan Rodriguez at first base, the crew chief over at first, and Miguel De La Cruz at third. First pitch at 5:06 is swung on and missed for strike one. Petchke 5.30 ERA, 37 and a third innings. As there's a slow roller over to third. Gonzalez on the run. Throw goes way over the head of Robertson, and heading to second base is Skinner.
Batting second in left field, Kyle Booker.
So the E5 will allow Skinner to reach second base. Not a great start here for the Otters, but chance to get out of here with a scoreless frame. Kyle Booker. Well, Mississippi's been struggling offensively in this series. Booker, who drove in 11 runs in the first series against the Otters earlier this month, so far has only gone 1 for 7 in this series. Shows bunt. That one will miss for a ball a little inside. Booker yesterday 0 for 3. Drove in a run, but also struck out. Now hitting at a 276. Game number 38 for him. Bunt drop down the third base line. Marcos throws over to first, and that is in time for out number 1. Advancing to third is Skinner, so a successful sac bunt for Kyle Booker. Runner on third with 1 out. Travis Holt will be up for his first at-bat of the day. Runners in scoring position this season. Holt is hitting at a 179 as he swings and misses for strike one. Holt has had a very rough series so far. He's had back-to-back 0 for 4 days with a strikeout each. So 0 for 8 with 2 Ks so far in the series. Chance to drive in the first run of the day, though, early here in Game 3. Popped up, foul ground. Robertson sneaks a look, but it's going to get out of play. Well, for everybody that's new here, we're having a lot of fun with the Heads construction read. Hopefully that continues today because it's been really fun to watch. But the fans are getting involved with the Heads construction read. That's how much we've been saying it so far. Popped up into foul ground. Logan Brown does not have space. Almost hit Jalen Jarvis, the home plate umpire, off the ricochet. For everybody that's been here, you already know what's been going on with the Heads construction read. The amount of publicity Heads construction is getting from us is insane. But it's been a fun experience. It's been fun to go through. It's the first sponsor read that we've had that the fans have now know by heart. Because it's a short one. 1-2 here to Holt. Got him. Big out number 2 as he strikes out Holt swinging. First K of the day for Petchke. Now 2 outs with a runner on third for A.J. Fritz, the cleanup man.
Batting for the first base nine, A.J. Fritz.
93 on the fastball for Petchke. That'll bring up A.J. Fritz. First pitch launched into right field. Getting after there is Linscott, and he will not be able to make the grab, and it lands in fair territory. As heading to second base is Fritz. Looked like Linscott had a good read on it, but he just couldn't make the play out there in right field. So a run comes in from third, Skinner, and Fritz, I think, is going to get a double out of that one. Oh, it'll be another error. So 2 errors in this inning for the Otters, and it allows a run to come in. First pitch is called a strike to Caston Furr. Runner on second, 2 outs. 2 errors have led to a run coming in. One at third, one in right field. The Otters are 8th in the league in errors with 32. 0-2 quickly here against Caston Furr. A.J. Fritz has done most, if not all, of the offensive damage for Mississippi so far this series. 3 for 7. Even though it doesn't count as a hit, he technically did still drive in a run. 0-2. Fouled back. Petchke trying to get out of the first here with just the 1 run given up. 0-2. Good breaking ball. Gets him for strike 3. And Petchke strikes out 2 in the first inning, but defense is not able to get the job done behind him. Allows a run to come in. Just 1, though. The Otters offense coming up here with a 1-0 deficit in the first inning on the Otters Digital Network.
Oh no, Otters fans. After this photo op, looks like Heaven's got himself a Taroni's pizza. But it's not him. Make some noise if you want this to be your Taroni's pizza. Oh, he's about to break away with it. Look at God, he can't hear you. He's everywhere. Looks like he's found someone to give that pizza to. Congrats to Detroit. That pizza from our friends at Taroni's.
Pitcher catcher battery for the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Brian Williams, not formally. He's on the mound. Andrew Simo behind the plate. Pitcher catcher batteries powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North River Road 812-475 9000. We have a group outing here today, St. Paul's Lutheran Church.
First innings brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. Brian Williams is the starter for Mississippi. He has a 6.75 ERA in 42 2/3, 19 walks compared to 35 strikeouts, a whip at a 1.71. And he is at a 0-5 record. He's been a little bit unlucky as of recent because he hasn't had too many bad starts. His last 2, he gave up 1 earned run against Washington on the 16th, struck out 10, and still managed to get the loss because the Monsters lost 2-0. On the 10th against Joliet to start before that, he only gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings, got the loss there. That was a 7-4 loss against Joliet. His start before that was the 13-13 sudden death win for the Otters. Gave up 6 there, and it was back-to-back 6-run starts between that and May 30th against the Valley Cats. First pitch to John Ponder is swung on and missed for strike 1. John Ponder in this series is 6 for 8 after a 4 for 4 day yesterday. I already did my spiel on why he should be the Frontier League Player of the Week, so I don't need to explain myself any further. It's 1-1. I will say 4 for 4, 1 double, 1 homer, 1 RBI. He has a 5 for 7 day back on the 17th, 3 for 6 on the 16th, 2 for 4 on Friday. Just saying. 2-1. And Ponders raises average all the way to 388, which leads the team. Now 50 hits in 33 games heading into this one. Hit his 4th homer yesterday, one that just went over the left field wall above the outstretched glove and leap of Booker in left field. As that one swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Ponder scored every run the Otters scored in the game yesterday. 4-3 win. Ponder scored all 4 of them. Popped up foul. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. I tried to beat him. Didn't work. 2-2 after the foul ball. Already 1-0 Mississippi in the bottom of the first, and that one's just outside for ball 3. Full count here against Ponder. Well, Ponder is hitting better this season in pro ball than he did in NAIA last year with Georgia Gwinnett, 363. 3-2 is very high, and Ponder will take ball 4.
Sidewalk, cafe, and bar.
So Ponder's first at bat ends in a walk. Ponder stole 2 bases yesterday. Stole 1 in the first yesterday after hitting a single. Ended up coming around to score. And then stole 1 in the 7th. See if he goes here. His team high 17 for 23. There he goes. Throw to second is not in time. Ponder always committing acts of thievery on the base paths as he takes another base. Number 18 on the year. Now Ponder at second in scoring position, trying to tie the game up for Amani Jones. That pitch was a ball, by the way, so the 1-0 pitch from Williams is also a ball, 2-0. Amani Jones has been slumping as of recent. Back-to-back 0 for 4 days in this series. He's currently at an 0 for 8 overall. And he is 1 for his last 17. Well, Williams not able to locate here as it's now 3-0. Williams in his last outing against the Otters only walked 2 guys in 6 innings. He's now on the verge of walking 2 in 2 batters today. 3-0. That's ripped into right field, down for a base hit. Ponder is going to stop at third. Amani Jones swinging 3-0 and getting a base hit. Offense starting up here again in the first inning.
The designated hitter, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Well, Evansville, when they score in the first inning, they're 9-4. When their opponent scores in the first inning, they're still over 500 at 5-4. Dennis Pierce, he's having a good week as well. He had a 5 for 5 day on Friday. Hit a homer, a double, drove in 2 runs, and then yesterday he went 2 for 3 with 2 more RBIs. Just like Ponder, Pierce has also had 4 multi-hit games this week. 1-0. That one is called a strike. Makes it 1-1. Pierce, after his 2 for 3, is now hitting .336 in his 35th game of the year. Leads the team with 7 homers and is tied for the team lead now with TJ Salvaggio with 32 RBIs. Fly ball, foul ground, just right of first base. Making the catch there is Fritz, and that's out number 1.
Batting fourth and catching, number 28, Logan Brown.
Logan Brown will step up. Very crucial out number 1 for Williams. Trying to keep that runner in third from scoring. Amani Jones over at first base. He's 1 for 4 in steals this season. Throw back to first is not in time. Very slow throw back over to first for Williams. Logan Brown didn't play yesterday. Is now doing the catching today, given Cohen Wilbanks' his first day off of the series. Logan Brown hitting at a .359, now in game number 32. Shows bunt and fouls it back to the netting. Well, we've seen Logan Brown do this squeeze play before with Ponder at third. It's worked every time so far. I think he's done it 3 times, 3 for 3 so far, so definitely a good chance to tie the game up. Most likely going to show bunt here again with the infield in. He'll drop it down. Ponder's going to head to the plate. It's bobbled by Williams, but he recovers and tosses it to first. Another successful squeeze as Ponder comes in from third, and the Otters have tied the game up at 1.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 5, Sam Linscott.
Sam Linscott up, 2 outs. Monty Jones advanced to second base on the squeeze play. So now he's into scoring position. First pitch to Linscott as Williams looks back to second base. Nobody really close to covering over there. So that one's fouled away. Four for 5 day for Linscott on Friday. Scored twice, drove in a run. 1 for 4 yesterday. Williams steps off. Monty Jones will almost head back to second base. Closest guy over there is Furr, and he's not necessarily the closest. He's moving up towards second base a little bit. But still a pretty decent lead for Jones. Foul tip into the glove, and it's 0-2. So 1 run for each side here in the bottom of the first. Couple errors for the Otters, brought in a run from Mississippi, but the offense immediately picks up the defense and ties the game back up. 0-2. A little high. Fastball at 90. Makes it 1-2. Linscott hitting at a .359. Well, right now, 6 of the 9 guys in the order for Evansville are hitting over 300. That'll miss inside. It's 2-2. Ponder, Pierce, Brown, Linscott, Gonzalez, Castillo, all hitting over 300. Monty Jones at 280, which is close. Robertson at 253, and Salvaggio's at 280 as well. Throw back to second, and he got picked off at second base for out number 3. Jones, a little bit of a late reaction there, and Furr snuck in through the back door, ends up getting him for out number 3. But the Otters do get a run. Another squeeze play works to perfection for Logan Brown. We'll head to the second 1-1 on the Otters Digital Network.
Let's see which animal can gather the most in their basket. And whoever does wins some tickets to Vesper Park Zoo in the Botanic Garden. Animals, are you ready? Get set, go! dropping one, picking one up. 2 to go, and that's it. Let's count them up. The Otters.
Shout out to all the dads in the house. This one's for you. Tonight's Otters game is sponsored by TaylorMade Golf at the Distribution Center right here in Evansville. Whether your dad's a scratch golfer or just scratches his head on the course, TaylorMade has something for him. Happy Father's Day and enjoy the game.
The Otter receiver up at 10. Let's hear it for him.
Leading off, batting sixth, designated hitter, 24, Seville.
Top of the second inning here from Bossy Field. 1-1 is the score. Each team bringing a run across in the top and bottom of the first inning. Petchke back out there. He'll face off against Samuel De La Rosa to lead off. First pitch grounder to third. Bobbled out there by Gonzalez, and it'll get into left field.
Batting seventh.
Might be another error for the Otters. Not too sure what they're going to call that one, but either way, it's been a rough day defensively for the Otters already here in the second inning. Tevis Payne, the second, up for his first at-bat of the day, and it will be called an error. First pitch is just outside for ball one. 2 innings in, and the Otters already have tied their season high in errors in a game this season, tied with the 7th of June against Schaumburg with 3. 2-0 here to Payne. Payne playing right field today. Usually has been a catcher when the Otters have played against the Mud Monsters. But Simo getting the start behind the dish. So Payne is reserved for the outfield. This is his first time playing right field this season. 3-0 here from Petchke is inside for ball 4. So the first 2 reach here with nobody out after another error and a walk. The Mud Monsters have had 4 base runners and still do not have a hit yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Tickets.
So that'll bring up Simo. Simo hitting at a 241. Mississippi doesn't hit too many homers, but Simo does lead the team, tied for the lead with Jack Holman, who's on the IL, and AJ Fritz. First pitch of ball. Simo yesterday, only game of the season, or of the series, he went 0 for 4 with a run driven in and a strikeout. Reached on an error in the 9th inning. Brought in the 3rd run of 3 that they would have. And it put the tying run at 3rd before the strikeout of Slater Shield to end yesterday's game. 3-0. As it is now 7 straight balls thrown from Petchke. And Petchke, walks have been a little bit of an issue for him. He has 22 walks compared to 21 strikeouts. He leads the team in walks. And there's strike 1. Walk would load the bases for Shield, who's batting in the 9 hole today. It was a rough day offensively for the bottom of the order for Mississippi. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to get into center field for a base hit. Getting the round at 3rd is De La Rosa. He will come in to score. And Mississippi's taking the lead back. It's 2-1. Andrew Simo drives in a run. RBI number 20 on the season for him. 2-1 Mississippi, as heading to second base as well was Payne. So back to first and second with nobody out. Mississippi back in the lead. 2-1 here, as Slater Shield will step up for his first at-bat of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my understanding we have some modern-day Wildcats, some state champion modern-day Wildcats in the house tonight. If you are on that state championship team, stand up, give us a big wave. And the rest of
Not
us
sure if
will
that
applaud you
that
on your
run will be
seats.
earned either for Petschke, considering De La Rosa reached on an error. It will be unearned for Petschke. So 2 runs, both of them unearned. Bunt dropped down, but foul, as Shield trying to advance the runners to second and third. Shields only played in 1 game this series yesterday. He went 0 for 3. He's currently 0 for his last 14. His last game with a hit was on the 14th against Joliet. He went 3 for 5 with a triple and 5 RBIs, but has been struggling ever since that game. Speaking of Joliet, we played Joliet on Tuesday, start of a 3-game series. Seeing the Slammers for the first time this season. Little low, it's 1-1. And Joliet and Mississippi are kind of at the fighting for the last spot in the West Division. Joliet won yesterday, which means Mississippi is now at the bottom. 7 games back of Windy City in first place. Shout out the Thunderbolts. So that one's low and away for ball 2. Thunderbolts won, Gateway lost, so they're now a game back of the Bolts. And we don't see the Bolts until the weekend after the All-Star break here at Bosse Field. Ground ball up the middle, over to Salvaggio. He'll tag second for 1, on to first, and it's a double play. A bit of a miscommunication there between Jones and Salvaggio as TJ got in front of Amani, but still was able to get both outs there as the runner in Tevis Payne will head over to third base. 6'3" DP. The Otters are 8th in the league in double plays with 84 of them. Back to the top of the order as Braylon Skinner will step up. Reached on an error at third, ended up coming around to score. Runner at third, 2 outs. Mississippi scored 1 here in the second. They now lead at 2-1. So that one's popped up foul. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Yup. That's what I just said. 0-2. Fouled away yet again. Are we going to do the read again? Nope, not this time. Skinner got 4 hits in 11 attempts in the first series against the Otters earlier this month. 0-2's a little low. Skinner, 26 years old, from South Haven, Mississippi. Only 2 lefties in the lineup. He's one of them. The guy next, Kyle Booker, is the other. Not too many lefties in the lineup for Mississippi. Only 3 of them overall on the roster, with Curran Mitzel, the new signing for Mississippi, also a lefty. We saw him in game 1, but have not seen him since. He's still yet to get his first pro hit. 2-2 here to Skinner. A little outside. Skinner, 21 walks compared to 29 strikeouts this year. Has a strikeout in 4 of his last 5 games. In that 5th game, Friday, he did walk. 3-2. Popped him up. Left side of the infield, Salvaggio will make the catch. And that's out number 3.
We
Mississippi scores another run. They lead it 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second on the Otters Digital Network.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game in the best seats in the house. And so I say congratulations to Deshaun Mitchell. Deshaun Mitchell, you're our lucky winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Come on down and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked up. Deshaun Mitchell, our winner of the Ashley Furniture Home Store Best Seats in the House. Best seats in the house also means you have the best view of the Heritage Video Board and Honor Vision. Follow along with all of our video board action and be sure to visit heritagefederal.org for all your banking needs. This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection second inning, founded in 1978. J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential commercial.
Second innings brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. 2-1 Mississippi here in the bottom of the second inning. We've seen one run in each half inning so far today. And hopefully we can keep up that streak and tie the game back up at 2 for the Otters. It's Linscott, Gonzalez, Castillo, the top three leading off. Linscott had a pretty long at-bat going on before Amani Jones got picked off at second base. But Jones did help in driving in the first run of the day, advancing Ponder to third base and allowing Logan Brown to hit the squeeze and bring him in.
The right fielder, number 5, Sam Linscott.
So Sam Linscott back up there, faced a lot of pitches, didn't record an at-bat. Now he's going to have to face more pitches here to start the second inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a little high for ball 1. Oh, and Linscott leads off an inning. He's hitting .333 at 5 for 15. Has a homer, 4 walks. 2 homers on the season for Linscott. Last one was a 3-run shot in Schaumburg on the 7th. Last game of that series. That was exactly 2 weeks ago today. Time's really flying this season. It's game 38. The other side, this is game 39 for Mississippi. 14-24. So they have found themselves losing 5 straight games for the first time in their franchise history. That's a shot into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Well, Payne out there in right field was thinking about trying to dive and make that grab, but decided to go for the safe option and just scoop it up off the bounce. So Linscott leads off the second base with a single. It's a very interesting scoreboard right now, as it's 2-1 runs, 1-2 hits, and 0-3 on the errors, respectively, for Mississippi and Evansville. Linscott 6 out of 7 on stolen bases this season. That's a grounder into right field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles to the opposite field for Linscott and Gonzalez, and the first 2 have reached here in the second inning. That one hit a little slower than the one from Linscott, but either way, getting the same result for both. Now LG Castillo will try to tie the game, give them the lead. Go-ahead run is on first base with nobody out. Castillo 1 for 8 this series after a red-hot series against Lake Erie.
Shout out to Aaron Hancock. He's here getting those
included a 18-9 victory in which Castillo went 4 for 4, scored 4 times, had a John Ponder stat line of yesterday. Drove in 2, walked once, but yesterday he went 0 for 4. 1-0 to LG. Hasn't gone to pitch quite yet. It's 2-0. Friday was Castillo's 600th professional game. He's nearing 600 hits as a professional as well. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Booker. He's at the wall. LG, a 3-run bomb. And the Otters have the lead back. Second of the year for Castillo as he brings in all 3 runs. It's 4-2 Otts here in the second inning. Oh, pro hit number 595. Pro homer number 41. And a 4-2 lead for Evansville in the second inning. First pitch to Robertson. Shows bunt, pops it high up over to the Mississippi dugout.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by That's Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
B-Rob is 3 for 5 this series. He had a nice 3 for 3 day yesterday. His second 3-hit day of the season and his second in 3 games after going 3 for 6 on Wednesday against the Crushers. Misses for ball 2. So Castillo now 2 homers, 19 RBIs this season. Both homers have been here at Bosse Field as he hit a homer against Schaumburg. And that was in the last game of that series just a week ago. Fly ball into left field. Booker will make the catch. That'll bring up TJ Salvaggio, number 9 hitter. Salvaggio hitting well, but he's just been staying in that number 9 spot for the Otters. Seems as though it's kind of a spot that he's managed to shine in. 26 games out of 34 have come in the 9 spot. Coming into this game, at least. Now 27 out of 35. First pitch misses for a ball. 1-0. Inside, it's 2-0. So Williams has now given up 4 earned runs today, which is more already than he did in his last start. He only gave up 1. He gave up 4 in 5 innings on the 10th against Joliet. His season high so far this season is 6, and he's given up 6 earned 3 times. May 14th against Florence, May 30th against Tri-City, and then on June 4th against Evansville. So the Otters did hit Williams well. 3-0. Another swinging 3-0. Grounder over to third. Throw to first is in time. And that's out number 2. 5-3 on the putout. Back to the top of the lineup, it's John Ponder.
Center fielder, number 3, Sean Ponder.
John Ponder led off the bottom of the first with a walk, ended up coming around to score on the squeeze play from Logan Brown. First pitch is called a strike. There's a wasp in the box. I'm a little scared. I don't know where it is. If I don't think about it, he's not there. Grounder out in front of home plate. Throw on to first from Simo is in time, and that's out number 3.
We have another replay on the Heritage Video
Well,
Board and Otter Vision.
3-run homer for LG
Perhaps you'll see
as
the
he
same
puts
play
the
on
Otters on top 4-2, heading to the 3rd on the Otters Digital Network.
camera angle on it.
All right, Otters fans, it's time for our Dizzy Bat race. We've got Isaac in the blue, Max in the red. They're going to spin around their bats 10 times. Run to the outer mound, the other side. The first one to touch her is your winner. Gentlemen, are you ready? Get set, go! One's barefoot, one's got the Crocs and ski mode. See what the better decision is. It's barefoot. Uh-oh. He took the bat with him. Isaac is, same. Good job. Let's hear from both these guys. D-Bat is Evansville's premier locally owned indoor baseball and softball training facility. Experienced top-notch batting cages, automated pitching machines for baseball, fast pitch and slow pitch softball, personalized lessons, exciting games and clinics, unforgettable birthday parties, and a pro shop filled with everything you need. Powered by Rollins, they're located on O'Hara Drive near the airport. Visit D-Bat 7 days a week for all your baseball and softball needs.
Matting League Charities provide support to organizations who administer educational advancement, social development, and athletic programs for the underserved youth in the Evansville community. Thank you, Matting League Charities, for supporting our community. Leading off the left fielder, Kyle Booker.
It's the 3rd inning. Otters are up 4-2. Clouds have kind of covered here at Bosse Field, and we did have rain in the forecast. Little worried that it's going to come true now. Take a look at the handy-dandy weather app. It's saying 7 o'clock, thunderstorms are expected. Well, that's not good. Maybe we'll get to the 6th by then, and we will be happy and content with a win in 6 innings. One can dream. It's 1-1 here against Booker, who leads it off. Booker, Holt, Fritz, 2-3-4 leading off the 3rd against Petchke, now pitching with a 2-run lead. 2-1 as that pitch a little inside. Booker from Memphis. A lot of the guys on Mississippi are from Memphis. Spent time with Tennessee, 3 seasons there. As that one swung on a miss for strike 2. Won a national championship with Tennessee. Played with Tony Vitello, who is the Giants manager. Hit 236 in 28 games with Tennessee, then was with the Kingsport Axemen of the Appalachian League. Spent 2024 with Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts in Tulsa hit 317, All Summit League 2nd team, then was with the Billings Mustangs, his first professional gig, as Booker fouls one off himself. And I think that might have hit him in the stomach area. It took a weird hop. Let's take a look at the replay here. Oh, no, that is not the stomach. Oh, boy. Nope, definitely not the stomach. Tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that is painful. Trainers for both sides are out there, along with Jay Petchy, the manager from Mississippi, Neil Ring over at first, the first base coach. You will be fine for now. Never a good feeling. Never a good feeling. The people that know. And the people that don't know might still know. Either way, 3-2 still here to Booker. Petchke kicks in, fires the payoff. Good curveball, but just misses outside for ball 4. Second walk issued by Petchke today, and Booker will at least get something for the damage he dealt to himself. He'll head to first. That'll bring up Travis Holt. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Booker 10 for 11 on steals. This is a team that's first in the Frontier League in stolen bases. 81 of them, which is first. They've also been caught 22 times, which is tied for first. So it just means they just run. They just run a lot. Grounder is going to get into left field for a base hit. Booker will advance to second base, and Travis Holt has his first hit of the series. Puts 2 on with nobody out in the third.
First baseman, 9, A.J. Fritz.
I'll bring up A.J. Fritz, who has been the best hitter this series for Mississippi. 3 hits so far. Did reach on an error by Linscott in right field. Ended up driving in a run as Skinner came in from third back in the first inning. First pitch is a little high. Fritz riding a 7-game hitting streak coming into this one. 2 for 3 yesterday with a walk. 1 for 4 on Friday with a strikeout. Has a hit in every game this season against the Otters. Called strike 1. Fritz, 26 years old, from Ohio. He was with LSU Shreveport in 2024. That was his last collegiate season. Spent 2025 in the Pioneer League. Check swing? No, he did not. And it's 2-1. Fritz, with this 7-game hitting streak, has a hit in 16 of 19 games this season. Catching up to Braylon Skinner for the leader in batting average. Throw back to second base, and no, not in time. This is a bit of a surprise pickoff move back to second base. Not sure if Booker expected it, but he wasn't too far off of the bag anyways. Taking a decent lead now. Getting watched over there by both Petchke and Jones. That one is just outside for ball 3. Fritz last season for Great Falls, the Voyagers, he hit .329 in 82 games. Also pitched 23 and 2/3 innings. 7 appearances. Did have a 10.65 ERA. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. He has a 4.15 ERA and 4 1/3 this year. Doing some pitching for Mississippi. Not as much as in the Pioneer League, but I'm sure if they need to save some arms, he's definitely the go-to guy. 3-2 is outside for ball 4. So 2 walks and a single load the bases here in the third inning. Still nobody out as Caston Furr will come up. Max Peterson will come out to have a mound visit. And we will check the out-of-town scoreboard. We are the only game in the Frontier League going on right now, so there's not any games going on. But we can check out all the final scores. Lake Erie won and beat Washington. They won that series against the Wild Things after scoring a run in sudden death. Trois Riviere ended up winning 8-3 with a 4-run 9th inning against New York. Quebec beat Ottawa. They scored 4 runs in the 10th inning and won 6-2. Even though they were out-hit by Ottawa. Tri-City won 15-8. They got 21 hits. Down East just lost to Sussex County. Sussex had a 4-run 7th inning. They ended up beating Down East 8-7. New Jersey beat Gateway. Did they sweep Gateway this weekend? That might have been the case. 1 run in the 8th got them over the top. And Florence and Joliet got postponed. Same thing with Schaumburg and Windy City. A lot of rain apparently in the Chicago area. Might be coming over here soon, so you should probably watch out. Grounder to third. Gonzalez will throw on to first after tagging third. And it will be a double play. A little bit of a pump fake there as Gonzalez didn't know whether to go to home or to first. The run will score, but 2 outs are recorded as the 5-3 double play brings in run number 3 for Mississippi.
Please play responsibly. Designated hitter 24, Samuel De La Rosa.
So 2 outs with a runner on second, as in all of that chaos, Fritz advanced into scoring position. 1 run in each of the 3 innings of offense for Mississippi as they're still down 1. Pretty sure the decision to throw to first from Gonzalez was the right one. I don't know if they would have gotten the runner going home. Called a strike. 0-2. Samuel De La Rosa reached on an error in the second inning, ended up coming around to score on an Andrew Simo RBI single. 0-2. There's a fly ball into deep left field. Going back is Castillo, and that will be a 2-run homer for Samuel De La Rosa. 365. De La Rosa's second of the year. And back in front is Mississippi 5-4. Hung a curveball right down the middle, and De La Rosa got all of it. 2-run homer, and Mississippi's back in front. We've had a lot of lead changes today, and it's only the 3rd inning. First pitch called a strike to Tevis Payne the second. 3 runs in here in the 3rd inning for Mississippi. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2, and Dylan Zentko will quickly start warming in the bullpen. Zentko has kind of made a name for himself now this season as the guy that they will need in long relief. And he's been pitching very well in long relief this season. That one's outside, it's 1-2. The Otters do give up a lot of runs. They score a lot of runs in the 3rd inning as well, 39 of them. So we'll see if they can come back here, as that one is a liner up the middle and into center field. Tevis Payne is joining the hit parade for Mississippi. He's got a single. The inning continues.
This is number 10, the catcher, Andrew Simo.
Well, by far the most runs the Otters give up in an inning is in the 6th. They give up 40. Second highest is in the 4th with 26. So something about that 6th inning has really been a little rough for the Otters pitching, as that one misses a little high, I see, for ball 1 to Simo. Simo's already driven in a run with a single. Has a man on first with 2 outs. Back pick to first from Logan Brown is not in time, as that one was called ball 2 outside. Peschke's now given up 5 runs, only 3 of them earned. 2 2/3. 2-0. Grounder to third. Gonzalez on the run, throws to first in time, and that's out number 3. So a 2-run homer puts Mississippi back in front. They're up 5-4 after a 3-run third. We'll head to the bottom half. Seems to be a high-scoring one today on the Otters Digital Network.
Just started back to working out about 3 months ago, so I think he's got this. Look what you done. You ready, Noah? All right, whenever you're ready to get down, I get my trusty dusty timer out. Ready, set, go. The cheer on, everybody. Oh, he's got good form. All right, we're halfway done. Oh, he's slowing down. Help him out, everybody. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll count it. What we got? We got 20. Good job. It's more than you thought.
Third inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Well, it's been a high-scoring one. We're 2.5 innings in, and 9 runs have come across. 5-4 Mississippi, as I think the rain is starting a little early today. At least that's what it looks like on the center field camera. So we'll see how we fare here with the tarp. Going to be interesting how we play things here with the rain. If we have a delay, how long the delay might be for. If they call the game or not. These are all questions that require answering if water starts falling from the sky a little bit heavier today. Monty Jones leads off. Jones, Pierce, and Logan Brown to lead off. 2-3-4 against Williams. Gave up 3 runs, but is now pitching with the lead here in the bottom of the third. It's been a very uncharacteristic game, both on the pitching side and defensively for the Otters. 5 runs in 3 innings and 3 errors. But the offense has been trying to pick it up as Jones fouls one off himself, and he's going to need to get a few seconds to walk it off. Williams 2 innings, 4 earned runs. Williams from Bryan, Texas. Mississippi makes it very clear he's Brian from Bryan, which is very interesting because his name is Brian, but the place Bryan, Texas is Bryan. 0-2. Grounder over to short. There's Shield. He'll throw to first, and that's out number 1.
Designated hitter, number 10,
Dennis Pierce popped out into foul ground over to the first baseman Fritz in his first at-bat. Brian Williams last year was a Frontier League All-Star. So that's swung on and missed for strike 1. He had a 3.48 ERA in 106 innings. Walked 34 compared to 84 strikeouts. So he had a great season last year. He has been slumping a little bit to start this year off. So that one's a little low. Still has yet to get his first win at 0-5 after going 6-6 last year. Pitched 3 games against the Otters. June 5th through 5 1/3, gave up 4 earned runs, got the loss there, then got the win in his second outing. Through 6 1/3 with 1 earned run and a season-high 8 strikeouts. He's beaten that high already this season with 10 against Washington. There's Shield again, and he'll throw on to first for out number 2. The third outing for Williams against the Otters was on August 14th, which he threw 5 2/3, gave up 6 earned runs, 10 hits, and ended up getting the loss in that one. But overall, these two teams played each other 12 times last year, and Mississippi won 8 of them. The Otters did end up winning the last 2 games, though. But Mississippi ended up starting their overall series against the Otters 4-0. now all time in 2 seasons with the Otters win yesterday. They're now only 8-9. Grounder to first just stays fair, and Fritz will tag the bag for out number 3. That's the first 1-2-3 inning for either side today, as Williams gets through the bulk of the order with relative ease. We'll head to the 4th inning. 5-4 Mud Monsters on the Otters Digital Network.
All right, everybody, it's there. For the Jersey Mike's Build It Up, we got 2 master sub chefs ready to build an artisan BLT. Third base side is Layla, first base is Caroline. They're going to build them a bacon, lettuce, tomato, deliver it to their auto bell. After they spin it on the mat 10 times, the first one to do so will be your winner. You ready over there? You ready over here? Let's go! All right, Caroline's building. Layla's building. Oh, I like that strategy. The bread. We got a winner, Caroline is our winner, the only winner. The top is number with real red hot vinegar made from red no food coloring. And the only way to get a good Jersey Mike's to get about them ingredients, make yourself a vote. They're located at 939 North Burkhart Road in Evansville.
Shout out to all the dads in the house. This one's for you. Tonight's Others game is sponsored by TaylorMade Golf. The distribution center right here in Evansville. Whether your dad's a scratch golfer, just scratches the set on the course, TaylorMade has something for him.
It is the 4th inning. 4th inning, brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Brian Williams in the bottom of the 3rd. Now here in the 4th as Mississippi leads it 5-4. Petchke back out there for another inning. Nobody warming in the bullpen after Zentko was getting heated for a little bit out there. Fouled back, it's 1-1. Slater Shield leads off. It's 9-1-2. Shield, Skinner, and Booker to lead off the 4th inning. Shield still looking for his first hit in a week. Little inside, it's 2-1. Shield was in this area for his collegiate season. Indiana Southeast, just on the other side of the state. Makes it 3-1 after that one's called a ball. New Albany, Indiana is where Indiana Southeast is. A little bit northwest of Louisville. And Louisville, it's like an hour or 2 away from Evansville. Called a strike, and it's 3-2. The Slater Shield got thrown out yesterday after arguing the balls and strikes, especially the strike call that ended the game. Ended up getting tossed after the game. Grounder to second. There's Jones, and he'll throw to first for out number 1. Back to the top of the order for the 3rd time, Braylon Skinner. So it seems as though we were on tarp watch for a little bit, but we will survive for at least another, hopefully, couple innings to where we can at least get this game finished before the rain comes in. Mentioned before, rain's supposed to be here in an hour, so if we can get through 6 in an hour, might be good. We might be fine. Grounder to first, there's Robertson. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's out number 2. Oh, all of a sudden, both starting pitchers are throwing the ball well in this 4th inning and bottom of the 3rd. Kyle Booker fouled a ball off of the bad part of the body where you shouldn't be fouling balls off and ended up walking in his last at-bat. Also got a sack of bunt in the 1st inning. First pitch is called a strike. Sorry, called a ball. What am I saying? Booker, 276 and 38th game. Last year he hit 297. That one's inside. It's 2-0. No, Booker's kind of had Evansville's number in both seasons he's been in the Frontier League. Hit 297. 16 for 39 against the Otters. There's a fly ball into left field. Castillo's going to have to run a long way, but that one's going to get over the wall. An opposite field solo homer for Kyle Booker. His 4th homer of the season, now tied for the team lead. Wind blowing that way might have pushed it over the left field wall, and it's 6-4. I don't think Booker knew that one went over until he was already heading towards second base. That said 83 off the bat. How did that go over? Wow. I don't know if 83 is correct, but either way, it is a solo homer for Kyle Booker as he continues to hit well against the Otters. Holt will take ball 1. So 2 homers in the game for Mississippi. This is a Mississippi team that is dead last in homers this season coming into this game. 22. Foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Holt has a single in the 3rd, strikeout in the 1st. Mississippi leading by more than 1 run for the first time today, as they've now scored in all 4 innings offensively. There's a base hit into left field, and Travis Holt has 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3. Dylan Zentko back up and warming in the bullpen. Now, luckily for the Otters, the off day tomorrow will allow the bullpen to get some rest, but Max Peterson will come out there, and we are under the assumption that he will make the switch, and he will. So Ben Petchke's day is done a little bit earlier than expected. It seems as though Mississippi just has Petchke's number. They've been hitting Ben Petchke very well this season, as he finishes with 3 2/3 with 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. And we'll see if that stays the same. Runner at first in Holt is his responsibility. He'll get a little bit of an ovation from the Bossy faithful, but we'll see Zentko into the game. Already a run in here for Mississippi. They lead at 6-4 as Zentko will try to get some innings out of the bullpen on the Otters Digital Network. We'll be right back.
Who loves the YMCA? Otters comfortable pen, Dylan Simcoe in to finish. Simcoe's on the mound, right behind the plate is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 Oakland Road, 812-475-9000. To the YMCA for the late Marvin Gray. A week ago was his favorite holiday, Black Day, with the former flag chairman of the Frontier League.
Back here at Bossy Field on a cloudy Sunday night. Can we call it night yet? It's 6:14. I don't think it's afternoon anymore. We'll say it's Sunday night. Dylan Zentko is into the game. He's a 2.16 ERA in 8 1/3 innings, 5 walks compared to 8 strikeouts, and he has done phenomenally in long relief his last 2 outings. 13th against Schaumburg, threw 3 1/3 scoreless in long relief, struck out 3, then was in Lake Erie on the 17th and threw 3 scoreless there with 2 strikeouts. So So far, 6 1/3 scoreless heading into this outing. It will be his 5th outing of the season, 5th overall in his pro career. He's been looking good. One of the 2 lefties on the pitching staff, along with David Eckes. First pitch inside, as he'll throw to A.J. Fritz first. Travis Holt, the man on first after singling. Kyle Booker, the solo homer, put Mississippi on top 6-4. Zenko spent time at Murray State this season. 5.64 ERA in 30 1/3 innings, was their closer, had 8 saves. Fouled back. And it is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Holt over at first base, getting covered over there by Robertson. Hasn't shown really too many signs of going yet, as that one's a little low for ball 3. Holt 6 for 9 in stolen bases this year. Fritz has reached twice, has not gotten a hit yet. Fouled off again, got out in front of it. Makes the count full here with 2 outs, so Holt will get a head start over at first base. 3-2 with 2 outs. Now 6 runs on 6 hits for Mississippi today. Payoff pitch here from Zenko. There's a fly ball into deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is. 2-run home run for A.J. Fritz. Now leads the team with his 5th of the year, breaking that tie between now 4 guys with 4 after Kyle Booker hit his 4th. So 2 homers in this inning now, as the runner on first coming around to score, and Holt is going to be earned to Petchke, but Zenko gives up the 2-run shot. And Mississippi scored 3 runs in back-to-back innings. They now lead it 8-4 as their offense has come to life here in Game 3. Pretty much landed in the same spot as the Kyle Booker home run. That's launched, but it will be foul. Almost had back-to-back there for a second. Caston Furr, he has a strikeout looking and a double play grounded it over to Gonzalez. He tagged third and threw it over to first. Little outside, and it's 1-1. Caston Furr from Ruston, Louisiana, was at Louisiana Tech. Was there with Brendan Fields, who no longer on Mississippi, but he was there, 7 feet tall. Was a part of a duo last season with James Bowery, the first pair of 7 feet tall pitchers in the league. And I think in pro baseball history, Bowery was 7'2", though, which is insane for a pitcher or any sort of ball player, any player that's not, playing basketball. The whole Lakers need a center joke. They might need him. Strike 3 called as Zenko gets out of the inning. First strikeout of the day for him, but 3 more runs come in. 2 homers, 1 from Booker, 1 from Fritz, brings in 3 runs. And the Otters find themselves down 4, 8-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Otters Digital Network.
Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental because it's based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with HRI Dental. A big round of applause. applause for our volunteer. And she helped brush off the bases. Look at those pearly white shine. This is the Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 fourth inning. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information.
Bottom four here, 8-4. Mississippi with the lead as they score 3 more in the fourth inning. They've scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. As they now have 8 runs and lead it by 4. The Otters are going to have some work to do here. The Otters were down 8 against Mississippi once on June 4th, and they ended up coming back to win that one. So, are the Otters any sort of deficit feel as though they're able to come back from? Brian Williams, though, is coming off of a 1-2-3 third inning in which he got 3 groundouts, 2 to Shield at short, and 1 to Fritz at first. First pitch a little high for ball 1 to Linscott. It's Linscott, Gonzalez, Castillo. Those 3 led off the second inning, and it ended up being a single home run situation. Linscott singled and scored. 2-0 here to Linscott as Brian Williams now in his 4th inning of work. He's given up 4 runs, but if he goes 5, he's in line for the victory. It would be his first one of the season if this score holds. That one's called a strike. It's 2-1. Williams has spent a lot of time in professional baseball. 2 years with the Pioneer League with the Idaho Falls Chukars, and also pitched in a game with Oakland to end 2024. Just 1 game. There's a fly ball into center field. Skinner will run after it and make a great diving catch in center field for out number 1. Oh, what a play out there by Braylon Skinner. And hung up a little bit too high in the air, and Skinner was running full speed, makes the diving play. Honestly thought he wasn't going to need to dive, but realized when the ball came down a little bit earlier than expected, was going to have to go full extension for that one, and he was able to make the grab. Good defensive center fielder out there in Skinner. Skinner's always been a good defensive player. High and inside, fastball. Makes it 2-0 to Gonzalez, who is 1 for 1. Also singled and scored like Linscott. 2-0 is called a strike. Now Williams' his college career, he spent 2 seasons at Prairie View A&M, then 2 more at Texas Southern. Last season was in 2022. That one's grounded up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Marcos Gonzalez is 2 for 2 today. 2 singles, and now the man on first with 1 out for LG Castillo, who launched a 3-run homer to make it 4-2 at the time.
Number 6, LG Castillo.
Yeah. It's been 6 unanswered since then for Mississippi, though. Check swing, and no, he did not go. Makes it 1-0. Williams was the first Mississippi Mud Monster to ever win Frontier League Pitcher of the Week. He did that on June 30th last year. had 3 scoreless starts. 2 of them were against Down East. He pitched well against Down East. His best outing of the season was against Down East on June 25th of last year. He threw 7 scoreless, 2 hits, no walks, and struck out 7. Other 2 scoreless scoreless starts were 6 innings. (2-0). A little high, nothing to swing at quite yet for LG. Trying to pitch around him after he launched a homer. Walk would put 2 on here with 1 out. Otters in slam range. They don't have a grand slam yet this season. 3-0 is called a strike. Williams last year had a 7.53 ERA and 69 1/3 innings for Idaho Falls. There's a ground ball over to short Shield. Glove flip to second for 1. On to first, and it's a double play. 6-4-3 DP ends the 4th. As it's now back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Williams. He's gone through 4. We'll head to the 5th inning, 8-4. The Mud Monsters have the lead on the Otters Digital Network.
Have you seen them in the honor round lately? Make sure you tell them hello when you do. Evan's excited to see all of our fans and encourages you to visit Heritage for all your main needs. Heritage, proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. My good friend Edie gave me a special announcement, and I just got to find it. And happy 14th birthday to Bo Weber. Where's Bo Weber at? Let's wish Bo a very happy 14th birthday, Bo. Thanks for spending it with the Evansville.
5th inning is brought to you by B-Dubs, otherwise known as Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road, for details. Zenko back out there here in the 5th inning as Mississippi has themselves a 4-run lead. It's 8-4. Finally some action in the bullpen for Mississippi. It's been a very good offensive day for the Mud Monsters in Game 3. 3 runs in the past 2 innings. Have around 6 unanswered across. So that swung on and missed for strike 2. Samuel De La Rosa was a part of it. He had a 2-run homer last inning. In the 3rd inning, not last inning. He leads off the 5th. De La Rosa, Payne, and Simo. Little high. And it's 1-2. After this game, Mississippi heads home and plays 6 games against Lake Erie. Called strike 3. And that's out number 1. De La Rosa has not been a fan of the calls in this one. He got thrown out yesterday for arguing balls and strikes, and he goes down looking here today. 2nd strikeout in a row for Zenko as he struck out Fur looking to end the 4th. Tevis Payne has reached twice today. In both of his at-bats, he has a walk and a single. A little high, it's 1-0. Payne from San Jose, California. One-zero from Zenko is called a strike. Payne, 23 years old. Played for Mission College for a couple years. Transferred to Vanguard in the Pac West Conference Division II. And then spent 2025 with Houston Christian. Best two seasons were with Mission, which he hit .318 in 2022, .315 in 2023. Mission is in Santa Clara, which is the same town/city where the 49ers play their home games at Levi's Stadium. It's basically right next to San Jose for people that don't know. Fouled back, it's 2-2. With Vanguard in 2024, Payne was a Gold Glove winner. Vanguard in D2, but when he was there in 2024, they were actually an NAIA team. Two-two. Slow roller over to second base. There's Amani Jones. He'll toss it on to first, and that is out number 2.
The catcher, 10, Andrew Semo.
Semo, also from California. I mentioned there's a lot of guys that are on Mississippi that are from Mississippi or Memphis in that area. I do have a couple guys from California. Semo's from San Diego. Spent 3 seasons at Fordham and then decided to go back home and play for USD in the Toreros. 2023 was his last collegiate season. He hit .211 in 24 games. Semo has been pretty much everywhere in terms of the baseball realm of things. 2024, late 2024, he played in the Australian Baseball League for the Sydney Blue Sox. That was only 6 games. And then he was in the Atlantic League last year. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Lancaster Stormers last year. He was hitting .231, 41 games for them, and then ended up joining the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars. And he hit .270 in 11 games there. Got a hit in 7 of them. 1-2 pitch. Grounder down the third base line, foul. Let's take a look at who is out there in the bullpen. Nobody. There's just a couple guys standing there guarding nothing. Okay, well, maybe John Cena is in the bullpen. 1-2. Little low in the dirt, and it's 2-2. It's kind of a weird concept for Semo. Going all the way to Australia just to play 6 games is a little wild. Not gonna lie, it's a little wild. Best season in Fordham was at 2022. Popped up shallow center field. There's Jones to make the grab for out number 3. 1-2-3 frame for Zenko. Good bounce back after giving up the homer in the last inning to AJ Fritz. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home here at Bosse Field. 8-4 Mississippi on the Otters Digital Network.
Otter staff will release Hoosier Lottery beach balls in the crowd. When the music starts, pass the balls through the crowd. When the music stops, everyone 18 or older holding a ball will win $30 in a Hoosier Lottery prize pack. On your mark, get set, go! Congratulations from the Hooper Lottery and the Evansville Otters. Otter staff will tell you how to claim your prize. Must be 18 or older to play and win. Please play responsibly and make sure you stop by your local Hooper Lottery retailer to pick up your Cash 5 ticket. For tonight's drawing, Cash 5 is estimated at $95,000.
Well, when the Otters give up 8 runs this season, they are 1-1. They don't give up 8 runs too often so far this year. When they give up 9, they're 2-0. I don't know how that works, but not complaining. 10 plus though, they are 1-4. And that one win though was against Mississippi. It was the 13-13 Sun Death victory. So we'll see what happens here. Otters down 4. They've came back from down 4 runs now 4 times this year, which included the 18-9 game against Lake Erie. They were down 5 in the first inning and ended up winning by 9. So with half a game left, never know what's going to happen here with the Otters. 1-0 against Robertson. It's Robertson, Salvaggio, Ponder, 8-9-1. Leading off the 5th against Brian Williams, who's out there for a 5th inning of work after throwing 2 scoreless in the 3rd and the 4th. The rain is still looming, just a tad. Fouled away. It's 2-1. If we recheck the weather app might not always be the... Oh, we're under flood watch. Okay, let's get to the 6th inning quick, because I think we're expecting rain soon. The sun is out, though. That has never stopped the rain before. 3-1 against Robertson. Swung on and missed. It's 3-2. B-Rob flew out to Kyle Booker in left field his last at-bat. 0 for 1 today. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Robertson goes down swinging for out number 1. Well, unfortunately for Robertson, his Oklahoma team is going to have to wait until tomorrow to try and win that national championship, as they dropped game 2 against North Carolina 6-2. So there will be a game 3 tomorrow, winner take all. Which obviously not good for Robertson, but is good for the viewing pleasure of everybody at home. There's a fly ball into deep left field, and Salvaggio has another homer this series. Homered on Friday, homers today. He's up to 7 on the year, and the solo shot makes it 8-5.
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Salvaggio. And back to the top of the order with our Edward Jones leadoff batter of the game. The center fielder, number 3, John Ponder.
I feel like TJ has had a very sneaky 7 homers this season. He had 2 of them against Gateway to start off his homering this season. 2 first pro homers was a multi-homer game. One of 2 guys with multiple homers in a game, along with Marcos Gonzalez. Out at first after the grounder to short. It was a good play at short from Slater Shield. The fans not really enjoying that one, but either way, it is out number 2. That'll bring up Amani Jones. Two outs, a run in here for the Otters. Jones shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's inside for ball 1. Jones so far today has a single in the first, but a ground out to short in the 3rd, as Slater Shield's been quite busy today over at short. Little high, and it's 2-0. So 8-5 now. 5 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Otters. Those 3 errors coming in the first 2 innings. And 8 runs on 7 hits for Mississippi. No errors on their side. That one's low. It's 3-0. Jones hasn't gotten a pitch to it so far. Ponder now 0 for 2 after grounding out. Still think he should get that Frontier League Player of the Week, though. Think he's done enough. 3-0 from Williams is called a strike. It was 3-0 against Jones in his first at-bat. He ended up swinging 3-0 and hitting a single into right field. That one he was taken all the way. 3-1. Opposite field, and that one's into left field for a base hit. So it hit to both sides of the field today for Amani Jones. Maybe a little bit of a slump buster as he has a 2-hit game. And that'll bring up Dennis Pierce.
Designated hitter, number 10, Dennis Pierce.
Dennis Pierce 0 for 2 has a pop out to Fritz at first base. Grounder to Shield at short. First pitch grounder to third. There's Holt. Throw on to first is in time for out number 3. Solo homer from TJ Salvaggio puts the Otters on the board in the 5th inning. Still down by 3, though, as it is 8-5. Heading to the 6th on the Otters Digital Network.
We have Stella on the right, Serenity on the left. These two are going to hoop for about 30 seconds. Whoever does the best job, as shown by our neighborhood-friendly Otter Bells, will be your winner. Ladies, are you ready? Set, go! Cheer 'em on, everybody. Oh, Stella's trying. Thanks, Serenity, for the support. Her dad taught her. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see. Serenity, you are the winner. Great try, though, Stella. That was awesome. Way more than I could do.
Manly Charities partners with a number of Evansville organizations whose mission aligns with theirs to award grant funds for programs and projects helping underserved youth in areas of education, social development, and athletics. Thank you, Manly Charities, for supporting our community. It is time for the United Fidelity Bank 6th inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914.
6th innings brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. It's the 6th inning. Slater Shield will lead off, 9-1-2. Shield, Skinner, Booker against Zenko, who's out there for another inning. 1-2-3, 5th inning he threw. First pitch here to Shield. Swung on and missed. Shield grounded into a 6-3 double play. And then grounded out to second base. He's 0 for 2 today. Oh, 1. Well, the Otters will not see Mississippi until after the All-Star break, starting on, is it July 21st. Will be in Mississippi, playing 6 games against them. Because Mississippi and Down East are so far away from the rest of the league, they've started to implement the 6-game series. Grounder down the third baseline foul. It remains at 0-2. So the 21st through the 26th will all be against Mississippi. It's a little bit weird. You know, we've only had 3-game series to go for this entire season, and now all of a sudden 6 gamers. But that is what they do in the minor leagues. So if these guys want to get called up, their contract purchase, they're going to have to get used to it. Salvaggio, great play, but the throw goes away from Robertson at first. So heading to second base is Slater Shield. So for the first time this season, the Otters have committed 4 errors on defense.
And our Hoosier Lottery strikeout pattern game, center fielder 5, Braylon Skinner.
It's been a rough day on the defensive side of things for Evansville. I'm going to bring up a lefty-lefty matchup between Zentko and Skinner. That'll be 2 lefties. Skinner and Booker on deck. After the error, there's somebody warming in the bullpen for Evansville as showing bunt and falling back. It's called ball 1. Nolan Thebe's in the bullpen warming for the Otters. Bunt showed, and it's popped up foul. Samuel De La Rosa not only didn't catch it off the net, but lost his hat in the process. Having a good laugh about it in the Mississippi dugout. Somebody warming for the Mud Monsters. Not too sure who it is quite yet. 1-1 here. Little low. Let's see, who is that mystery man? That is Chris Barraza warming in the bullpen. Chris Barraza, usually the closer. Not sure why he's warming here for the 6th. Maybe got taken out of the closer role. Fouled back, it's 2-2. Skinner is 0 for 3 today. He reached on an error in the first inning, ended up coming around to score. Popped out to Salvaggio, grounded out to Robertson in his 3 at-bats today. 2-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the day for Zentko. And that's out number 1 in the top of the 6th.
Strikeout, and that is our Hoosier Lottery strikeout pattern of the game. Congratulations to sections 9 and 10.
A lot of German-American bank strikeouts today for Otters pitching. 5 of them.
Fielder 1, Kyle Booker.
Only 1 on the other side for Williams, but only 1 walk compared to 3 for the Otters, all coming from Petschke. First pitch to Kyle Booker is a drive into deep center field. Going back is Ponder, and he's at the track to make the catch for out number 2. Tagging from second is Shield. He'll head to third easily. 382 on the distance. That went farther than his homer in his last at-bat. That's just baseball. That is just baseball. Sometimes you hit a homer that's a shorter distance than your fly out in the next at-bat. And that's just something you got to deal with. There goes Max Peterson coming out to the mound. Wonder if he's going to make a change here. Oh, there he is. So Nolan Thebe will come into the game. Runner on third with 2 outs. Mississippi trying to get that run back that the Otters scored in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll have a pitching change, and we'll take a quick break here. 8-5, Mississippi on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters go to the bullpen. Nolan Thebe. Here to pitch. Thebe's on the mound. Brown behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Finance your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 Orchard Road 812-475-9000. Tell them. Sing from the Otters. See you.
We have a pitching change. Pitching changes are always and always will be brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or give them a call at 812-475-9K. Nolan Thebe is into the game. He has a 2.96 ERA in 24 and a third innings, 15 walks compared to 32 strikeouts. He pitched on Friday, 2 scoreless with 3 strikeouts. He has not given up an earned run since June 9th. Against Lake Erie, when she gave up 3. But overall, against Mississippi, Thebe is at a 6 and a third innings with 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and now 10 strikeouts. With the 4 straight scoreless outings for Thebe, he now has lowered his ERA below 3. And is looking to stop that runner at third from coming in to score. He'll face off against Travis Holtz. So Zenko goes through the 2 lefties, and they immediately take him out. But he'll finish his day, hopefully, if the run doesn't come in, with 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Here's the first pitch from Thebe to Holtz. Swung on and missed for strike 1. A changeup at 82. Thebe has at least 2 innings pitched in 6 outings this season, so maybe we'll get the 6th, maybe the 7th, maybe the 8th. You never know. 0-1. Can use all the bullpen arms they can because you have an off day tomorrow before facing off against Joliet. Slammers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All of those will be 6:35 first pitches. Every game is a 6:35 first pitch here, except for the rare occasion where it's not on a weekday, and on Sunday, usually at 5:05 until August. Fly ball into right field, and Nolan Thebe gets out of the inning. Only took 2 pitches. As Holt flies out to right field, and that's out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 8-5 Mississippi on the Otters Digital Network.
Time for the dance cam. We need everybody to get up and show us those dancing moves. Look at the amazing weather we have here. Storms all around us, but not here at the ballpark. The sun is shining. We're dancing. We're shouting out all the dads in the house. Tonight's Otters game is sponsored by TaylorMade Golf with a distribution center right here in Evansville. Whether your dad's a scratch golfer or just scratches his head on the course, TaylorMade has something for him. Happy Father's Day and enjoy the rest of the game. Skip the line and make from the comfort of your own home with self-service options at Heritage. Heritage, a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball.
Bottom 6 as we have a new pitcher into the game for Mississippi. Facing off against Logan Brown, Sam Linscott, and Marcos Gonzalez to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Barraza. Alex Valdez in the bullpen has been having a conversation with the first base umpire, Juan Rodriguez, for a couple of half innings now. He was doing it over the course of the pitching change and now did it in between innings. I wonder what they're chatting about. I don't think Valdez has pitched yet in this series. That's probably a lie. No, yeah, he pitched on Friday. I am a liar. We have established this already back in Lake Erie. Chris Barraza is into the game. He has a 3.20 ERA in 19 2/3 innings. Usually the closer, or at least has been the closer for Mississippi. Has 4 saves, leads the team in saves, but is in here for the bottom of the 6th. As they'll face off against Logan Brown to lead off the 6th inning. Barraza, last outing was on Thursday against Washington, threw an inning, gave up a run. It was a solo homer, as Washington tends to do, but also struck out 2. 14 walks compared to 32 strikeouts. First pitch a little inside to Logan Brown. 2 outings this season for Barraza against the Otters. That was back in early June. He pitched back-to-back games, back-to-back scoreless innings on the 3rd and the 4th. One of them striking out the side, and the other one with 2 strikeouts. Has 14 scoreless outings on the year, which includes the first 6 outings of the season. (2-0). Fouled away. Makes it 2-1. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Second season with Mississippi for Barraza. Last year he had a 2.80 ERA in 45 innings. Foul tip into the glove makes it 2-2. He pitched in 5 games against the Otters. 4 of them scoreless. One of them, July 3rd, he threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 hits. Fouled back. It's going to remain at 2-2. Barraza was a 10th round draft pick in 2023 by the Angels. Ended up with 50 innings pitched in the Angels organization before getting released by the Inland Empire 66ers in 2024. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and the first batter Barraza sees is a strikeout for Logan Brown.
The right fielder,
Brian Williams is out of the game. He finishes with 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, but is in line for the victory. Would be his first of the season. And I'll bring up Lynn Scott. Lynn Scott is 1 for 2, has a single in the second, came around to score, and has a fly out to center. First pitch called a strike. 94 on the fastball. Barraza pitches quite fast. After getting released, he got released in August of 2024, so already had a season under, almost a full season under his belt. Didn't play for the rest of 2024, and then signed with Mississippi. Only gave up 1 earned run in his first 14 appearances last year. 0-2 is fouled away. 95 on that one. Barraza's collegiate seasons were spent with New Mexico State. 3 seasons there from 2019 to 2021. And then a couple years with Arizona. His last season with Arizona wasn't the best. He had a 6.52 ERA in 29 innings. But he had a 0 ERA in 8 innings with State College Spikes of the MLB Draft League, and that ended up getting him drafted. Apparently the Angels liked his stuff. 1-2 is called strike 3, and it's back-to-back Ks for Barraza to start the 6th inning.
third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
That'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. He's 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. First pitch is called a strike. Well, Barraza with New Mexico State. Last season there, he had a 7.25 ERA, 22 1/3. Didn't get all too much playing time. Was just coming out of the bullpen for New Mexico State, but he was teammates with both Joey Ortiz and Nick Gonzalez at New Mexico State, which is not really like a big school. They're not like in a big conference, which is kind of crazy. He was teammates with multiple major leaguers at New Mexico State, but Joey Ortiz, Nick Gonzalez were both there at the same time he was. Ortiz, a member of the Brewers. Gonzalez, a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ortiz was there 2017 to 2019. Hit .422 before being drafted in the 4th round of the 2019 draft. 2-2 here to Gonzalez. Speaking of Gonzalez, Nick Gonzalez was there at New Mexico State from 2018 to 2020. Hit .448 in the shortened season, and then got drafted in the 1st round, the number 7 overall pick in 2020 draft. Fouled away, it's going to remain at a 2-strike count.
Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret.
Full count here with 2 outs against Barraza, who's trying to strike out the side here in the 6th inning. He's pitched very well against the Otters this year. Payoff from Barraza is ball 4. Just misses outside. Half the field thought that one was strike 3, and they started walking off. They get the bad news, though, and Marcos Gonzalez reaches for the 3rd time in 3 at-bats.
The left fielder, number 6, LG Castillo.
That'll bring up LG Castillo. He has a 3-run homer in his first at-bat and a 6-4-3 double play that he grounded into in the 4th. Gonzalez on first. First pitch to LG is a little high. Barraza had a 3.32 ERA and 40 and 2/3 innings with the Inland Empire 66ers before getting cut, which isn't really that bad of an ERA if you think about it. Included a ERA under 1 in June, but still ended up getting released. It's very interesting how they decide when to release people. Base hit into center field for LG. Gonzalez will stop at second base. And Castillo is 2 for 3 today.
The first baseman.
Oh, believe it or not, the tying run is up in Blake Robertson. Felt like with all the offense at the beginning of the game, the Otters have been kind of out of reach for a little bit, but no, they're in this one. And with how often they come back and win games. In a good spot here. First pitch, a strike to Robertson as he swung and missed. Shield covering at second base with the lefty Robertson up. That one's fouled back. It's 0-2. With runners in scoring position this season, Robertson is hitting .235. .02. Little high on the fastball. 95 there. Makes it 1-2. Well, that walk to Marcos Gonzalez was the first walk issued by Barraza since June 7th. Called strike 3, and that is out number 3 as Barraza gets all 3 outs via the K and escapes the quick jam. We'll head to the 7th inning. Still 8-5 Mississippi on the Otters Digital Network.
People that don't have kids, it is now time for the most delicious showdown in all of baseball. It's the hot dog always food race eyes on the center field bench, where we have a nice cone of ice cream versus a glizzy, aka hot dog, versus a stacked cheeseburger, fully loaded. So whichever one wins, that item will be half price for the rest of the game. As always, my money is on the ice cream. Buckle up, get set, cheap ice cream, go. But don't celebrate yet, go faster. Come on, ice cream. Shame. Looks like the burger is the winner. Third
PBSC's historic Bossy Field on Tuesday. That's June 23rd. Start of a three-game series against the Joliet Slammers. Join us for a Fifth Third Bank $2 Tuesday, Bingo Wednesday, and our annual Heritage Hat giveaway night on Thursday. You have to convince Preston Leinerbach to show up for that one. Tickets at EvansvilleOtters.com or call 812-435-8686. This is the Jacobs Pub 7th inning. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on North
Seventh inning is brought to you by Jacobs Pub. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on 607 North Main Street in Evansville, Indiana. Nolan Thebe's back out there for another frame. He'll face off against Fritz, Fur, and De La Rosa. It's been a little bit of a longer game today. We're about 2 hours in. We're at about the time when it said the rain was coming. So, not looking ideal, but we have made it past the 6th inning mark. Not looking for rain, though. Gives the Otters an opportunity to come back here and try and win the game. They have 9 outs to do so. One to Fritz. Fritz hit a 2-run homer in his last at-bat. He's reached 3 times. That was his first hit. He reached on an error in the 1st inning and walked, came around to score in the 3rd. He's been very involved in the run creation for Mississippi today. 2-1, a little low. Fritz was a Evansville Purple Ace back in 2019. 50 games with him. Ended up going to State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, Northwest Florida State, and then LSU Shreveport. Ooh, that gets off the elbow of Thebe. That's off the throwing arm of Thebe as well. We'll see if he's okay. Trainer out there as well as Andy McCauley. That was 103 off the bat. Right at him. Making it over to first is Fritz. So we'll have a bit of a delay here as we check to make sure Nolan Thebe is okay. Well, if Nolan Thebe stays in this game, it'll be very wild, considering the fact that you take a 103 off of the old arm there. I don't know what part of the arm it hit. It might have been the tricep area, but I think they're gonna have him throw some warm-up pitches here, just to make sure that everything's okay for him. Well, just the fact he's even throwing warm-up pitches is crazy. Shows you the strength of these guys. Because we saw, anybody remember that series when Windy City came down here where the Otters just kept hitting pitchers with hits? That was crazy. Still throwing with relatively good speed. He's nodding his head, so I think he's going to stay in. 103 off the arm, and Thebe stays in the game. That is true dedication and possibly some adrenaline for Thebe. It will be called a single for Fritz. And that'll bring up Caston Fur. Fur has 2 strikeouts looking so far today and a grounder to third, double play. Another spot for a double play here, possibly. Runner goes on the first pitch. Called a ball and no throw. So taking second is Fritz with the stolen base. He moves into scoring position. 5 for 5 on stolen bases this year now for Fritz. One 0 here. The runner on second, nobody out. Bunt drop down. It'll go foul, though, and it's 1-1. Now for trying to advance the runner over to third. Possibly get him in to score for Samuel De La Rosa. He's having a decent day on the offensive side of the ball. 1-1 from Thebe. Check swing foul over to the Otters dugout. Makes it 1-2. Furr's having a little bit of a rough stretch so far. In this series, he is now 1 for 10. Doesn't strike out too often. Throw back to second base is not in time. Furr has more walks than strikeouts coming into this one. 26 to now 19 after striking out twice today. Leads the team in walks. 1-2 here after the pickoff move back to second is called strike 3, and Caston Furr strikes out looking for the third time today, as that's out number 1 in the top of the 7th.
Designated hitter 24, Samuel De La Rosa.
Very rough day offensively for Caston Furr, as he's now 0 for 4 with 3 looking strikeouts. And that'll bring up Samuel De La Rosa. Time called. That pitch was probably the slowest pitch you'll see Thebe throw because he was hesitating. 69 miles per hour in the dirt. Called ball 0. Still 0-0 on the count with 1 out. The actual first pitch is a little low for ball 1. De La Rosa, only 22 years old. He's from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Says he only stands at 5'8". I don't know if I really believe that. Seems a little bit taller than 5'8". Oh, what do I know? Grounder back up the middle, over to Jones, ranging to his right. Throw on to first is in time, and that's out number 2. Runner advances to third, and Fritz, but 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Tevis Payne.
Right fielder 3, Tevis Payne, the second.
See, Payne is listed as 5'10", and De La Rosa looks taller than him. So the measurements are not really adding up there. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. That always could be the case as well. First pitch to Payne is called a strike. Fastball 91 hits the outside edge. Darker clouds are starting to get a move on here, so might survive all 9 innings without rain. Not too confident in it. 0-1 a little low. Payne with Houston Christian last year at 264. 346 in the Southland Conference. They ended up winning the Southland Conference after going 5-0 in the tournament. They beat Lamar, UTRGV twice. That's Rio Grande Valley. And then swept New Orleans in the championship series to win the Southland. 1-2 here to Payne. HCU, though, ended up getting swept in the regional against Austin, against the Austin Regional against Texas and Kansas State. That is called strike 3, and Nolan Thebe comes back after getting hit in the elbow arm area with a 103 and gets 3 outs with 2 Ks looking to throw a scoreless top of the 7th. Still 8-5 as it's time for the stretch here at Bosse Field.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, and we'll root for the Otters. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. Nicely done. Let's get some runs.
It is the bottom of the 7th inning here in Evansville as Chris Barraza is back out there for another inning. David Eckes is warming in the bullpen for the Otters. So maybe we'll see him come in for the top of the 8th. But for now, Otters need 3 runs to tie, 4 to take the lead. They have 9 outs to do it. Barraza struck out all 3 outs. Did give up a walk and a single, but overall a scoreless bottom of the 6th for him. It is 8-5. It was 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth. Mississippi has not scored since then, but are still leading by 3. The Otters, on the other hand, have a run in the first, 3 in the second on the 3-run homer for LG Castillo, and have a run in the 5th on a solo homer from the man who leads off, TJ Salvaggio. Hit a solo homer in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. Also has a ground out to third in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Barraza is called a strike. Salvaggio now has a hit in 5 straight games after that home run, and a homer in 2 of his last 3. Or sorry, no, a homer in back-to-back games, because he didn't play yesterday. So he's the first Otter this season to homer in back-to-back games. Didn't even realize that until now. That one will get past Simo, and it's 2-1. Otters threatening to lose their first game in these uniforms as well. Started 7-0. There's a high fly ball into right field. There's Payne. He will make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring back up John Ponder. Ponder 0 for 2 today. Has a walk. Ended up coming around to score in the first inning, but since then 2 groundouts. First pitch is swung on and missed. 96 on the fastball there. Oh, and 1 here to Ponder. Bonnie Jones on deck. He is 2 for 3 today. Finally broke out of that little slump. Ponder, mentioned before, he's hitting better in pro ball than he did in NAIA last season, but not the case for 2023. Hit .421 in 2023. 52 games. First team All-American in the NAIA. Also won a Gold Glove in center field. Both seasons, actually, with Georgia Gwinnett. A little outside, and it's ball 3. Ponder does already have a walk today, as well as a stolen base. Now up to 18 for 24. So if he reaches, definitely a chance that he's going to go. 3-1 is high, and that is ball 4.
Yes, Sidewalk Cafe and Bar.
So Ponder finds a way to reach for the second time. 2 walks today as he will head to first. Man on first with 1 out for Amani Jones. Second walk issued by Barraza today. Throw back to first already for Ponder, and he's back there safely. They know what he's capable of. Another look back there for Barraza. No go for Ponder. That one's going to get way past Simo, and Ponder will just jog into second base. Didn't even need to go and steal. Took a wild pitch. Now he's in a scoring position. Free 90 there for Ponder. Now Jones a chance to bring him in. 1-0. That is called an inside strike. Ponder scored a run now in 5 of his last 6 games after scoring in the first. That included 4 yesterday and 3 on the 16th against Lake Erie. One. That'll drop. Throw on to third is not in time. A great dive at third by Ponder, and he's able to take another 90. That one barely got in front of Simo. Decided to go anyways and did a Superman dive into third base. Getting dirty over there. Let's take a look at this replay for everybody on home team. There he goes. Look at this. Flying into third base. 2-1 is high, and it's ball 3. There's somebody warming in the bullpen for Mississippi now. Not too sure as to who it is. Looking like Tristan House. Fouled back, it's 3-2. Well, Barraza 2 walks, now has 16 on the year. 3 strikeouts, now has 35. As the runner on third, though, with 1 out. Jones trying to bring him in, 3-2. There's a roller over to short. That'll score the run. Throw on to first is not in time. Took Shield too long to get it out of the glove. And it's an infield single that'll score Ponder from third. It's 8-6. Monty Jones is now 3 for 4. That one bringing in a run, his first RBI of the day. And Shield struggled with getting that one out of the glove. That split second allowed Jones to reach safely. First pitch is high for ball 1 to Dennis Pierce. Pierce 0 for 3 today. Both him and Logan Brown have combined to go 0 for 6 in the 3-4 spot. 1-0. I'll tip into the glove, and it's 1-1. Well, that run will be earned to Barraza, as the Otters have now made it a 2-run game. Pierce representing the tying run now at the plate. That is called a strike. And it's 1-2. A little bit of a high strike call there. Jones at first, 1 out. Wonder how much of a leash Barraza is going to get here. Throw back is not in time. Well, Barraza's now given up a earned run in back-to-back outings after not giving up one in his previous 4. 1-2. That one's high. Another fastball that's causing Simo to completely stand up to grab it. He's throwing a lot of those high fastballs, and it's 2-2. 2-2 here from Barraza. Another one high. It's 3-2. Simo sort of telling Barraza to calm down a little bit. Adrenaline might be a little too high for him. 3-2 here with one out, runner on first. That is called strike 3, and Pierce knew it. 93 on the fastball. Fans not big fans of that one, but it was a strike. That's strikeout number 4 for Barraza, and it's a very big out number 2 for Mississippi. 3 of the 4 strikeouts now for Barraza have been looking, as that'll bring up Logan Brown. Another high fastball. I think we've only seen fastballs so far from Barraza. It's now Alex Valdez warming in the bullpen for Evansville. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Brown will call his timeout. He's 0 for 3. He had that squeeze play that ended up scoring Ponder from third in the first inning, so he has an RBI, but also ground out to first over there where Fritz is, and had a strikeout swinging against Barraza. He was the first batter to face off against Barraza today. Now it's 1-2. 8-6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Evansville brought a run across, now only down by 2. Now the 1-2. Fouled back. Another high fastball. That was really high considering Logan Brown swung and actually made contact with that one. Still remains at 1-2. Logan Brown will swing at anything to get it fouled off and stay in and at bats, and that's the reason why he's been so good as a hitter this season. 1-2. Popped up. That'll get out of play foul, though, and it'll remain at 1-2. Barraza 4 strikeouts, but has given up the 1 run. He gets out of this one. Tristan House most likely will get the 8th. Not sure he'll get the 9th, though, considering this is their closer. Wonder who they're going to put in there for the 9th inning. Throw back to first was not in time. It was bobbled over there by Fritz, but didn't get past him. 1-2. I'll tip into the glove for strike 3 and make it 5 Ks for Barraza today, as he gives up the 1 run, but Mississippi still holds on to that 2-run lead, 8-6, as we head to the 8th on the Otters Digital Network.
Scheduled for one fall, and it's brought to you by Roberts on the River. First, in the blue, we've got Gabriella. In the red, we've got Jacob. The first one to knock the other one over is your winner. You guys ready? Set. Sumo! Come on, Gabriella, you got it. He's on top. He was bragging about being a wrestler. Show him up. Oh! Your winner, who this man is Jacob. Sumo's brought to you by Roberts on the River. Don't miss out on their Friday fish fry featuring all you can eat crispy fish, hush puppies, fries, coleslaw for only $18. Visit them at 6 Walnut Street or online at robertsbytheriver.com.
Otters with a call to the bullpen. David Eckes into pitch. Eckes is on the mound. Brown behind the plate. It's powered by Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs and Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North Jim Road. 812-475-9000. Tell those hands of the Otters sent you.
Eighth inning is brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember who can help with all of your pest control needs? McMahon can. We have a new pitcher into the game for the Otters. It's David Eckes. Eckes has been pitching very well as of recent. ERA now down to a 3.55. First pitch fouled back by Simo. Simo, Shield, Skinner, the three S's in the lineup leading off. 8-9-1 in the order. Eckes facing only one lefty in Skinner, but if somebody gets on, he'll face the lefty in Booker. There's a fly ball into center field. Ponder is there, and he'll make the catch for out number one. Quick first out for Eckes. He's at a 3.55 ERA. He has not given up an earned run in his last 5 outings.
Shortstop 7, Slater
He's
Shield.
been pitching the ball well. Hasn't given up an earned run since June 3rd against Mississippi. He threw an inning, gave up a run. It was a solo homer. First pitch, now another fly ball into right field this time. Lynn Scott will make the catch, and that's out number 2. Eckes making quick work here in the
Back to the top of the order.
top of the 8th. That'll bring up Braylon Skinner. Eckes in his last outing got the hold, pitching an inning and a third hitless with 2 strikeouts on the 17th against Lake Erie. That 18-9 win. First pitch called a strike to Skinner. Skinner so far is 0 for 4. Reached on an error in the first, came around to score, but since then pop out, ground out, and a strikeout swinging against Zentko. There's a pop-up, but it'll get out of play foul. Running after it, though, is Castillo. He will not have a play. And it is 0-2. Eckes already 1 strike away from throwing a very efficient 1-2-3 8th inning and getting the offense back out there. Skinner facing an 0-2 here. 7 strikeouts for Otters pitching today. 2 from Petchke, 3 from Zentko, 2 from Thebe. On the other side, it's been 6 strikeouts for Mississippi, 1 for Brian Williams, and 5 for Chris Barraza. Oh, 2, got him swinging. What an inning for Eckes. Got out there, did his job, and left. 1-2-3 frame for David Eckes as we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 8-6 Mississippi on the Otters Digital Network.
It's pizza time. It's time for the Legends Hit brought to you by Lazy Pizza. Who's pizza of the month? I love you lots with some Mexican street corn, chorizo, all kind of good stuff. We have FJ Wright in the white hair with Henry Harrison in the gray and Benjamin Rossi with the brown. They'll be racing around the inner 20 track. The first one across the line will be the Superior Legend tonight. Good to see you back, Harrison. Rest it up. On mark, get set, go! Place your bets, place your bets. Oh, Rossi down.
Yikes. The hit came out.
Wrights and Harrison. Oh, right. No, Harrison by a floppy nose. You can do it, Bossy. Don't give up. There you go. Look at that.
Bottom 8 here, we have a new pitcher for the Mud Monsters. It's Tristan House. Tristan House is in his
Tristan House
first season
for
with Mississippi.
in to pitch.
3rd season ever as a pitcher, according to him. He is at a 10 ERA in 18 innings, but
The house, this one's for you,
a little bit
Jason
inflated. He's actually been pitching well in his last 5. He's only given up an earned run in one outing of his last 5. Pitched against the Otters on June 3rd, 2 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. It was a home run, a solo shot. Since then, has only given up 2 earned runs. His last 3 outings, he has thrown 4 scoreless, 2 against Joliet on the 13th, and 1 each against Washington on the 16th and the 18th. He has a fastball that goes 89 to 94, sinker at 89 to 91. Has a slider, curveball, and a splitter. He's got a lot of pitches for a guy who's in his 3rd year as a pitcher ever. But either way, he's in here in a pretty high leverage situation, taking on Linscott, Gonzalez, and Castillo to lead off the bottom of the 8th. First pitch grounder to short. Shield, throw on to first, is in time for out number 1. Valdez still warming in the bullpen for the Otters. Mississippi has somebody, just in case House is unable to finish the job, and it looks like it might be a closing situation. Not too sure who's out there right now. That'll bring up, though, LG Castillo. That might be Langrell again. Not too sure. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Marcos Gonzalez has reached 3 times, 2 for 2, with a walk. So that one's in the dirt. It's 1-1. So Howe's 3rd season as a pitcher. He spent his first year in 2024 in the Pecos League with Roswell, the Invaders, in which he had an 11.7 ERA in 20 innings. There's a fly ball into center field. Skinner is under it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. First 2 down pretty easily here for House. Last year he was in the Empire League, was the 8th overall pick in the Empire League draft. It was with the Saranac Lake Surge, 7.32 ERA, 19 2/3 innings, and then was with the North Country Thunderbirds, 2 innings there. He was the 9th pick in the Frontier League draft this year. That'll miss high for LG Castillo. He's 28 years old. He's standing at 6'4" from Winter Haven, Florida, a little bit outside of Orlando. He's gone the first 2 relatively quickly here. 1-0, that one's fouled away. LG is 2 for 3. He hit a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning, singled in the 6th, but also grounded into a double play in the 4th. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Castillo takes his timeout. 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 frame after David Eckes made quick work of the 8-9 one-hitters in the top half of the frame. Well, it looks like Valdez will get the 9th, though. 1-2. Got him on the curveball for strike 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Tristan House out of the bullpen as we will head to the 9th. Mississippi still up 8-6 on the Otters Digital Network.
Time for the Hickory Pit Stop Pulled Pork Challenge. Brought to you by Hickory Pit Stop, who is right across Morgan Avenue, on the corner of Morgan and North Main, the best pulled pork in town. You don't believe me? Cameron has something to say about it. All right, we got our 2 teams here on the left. We got team 1 with Fern, Kelsey, Reed, and Charlie. Team 2 on the right is Tinley, Samuel, Fox, and Flynn. They will be pulling that the rope, little green lady hanging there. Whichever one crosses the perpendicular line goes to Fox first. But you're a winner. 2 yours. You guys ready? Set, go. Cheer on, everybody. This is a close one. Oh my, this is close. Come on, Reed. Oh,
self-service options at Heritage. Heritage, a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. Mattingly Charities partners with a number of Evansville organizations whose mission aligns with theirs to award grant funds for the broad range of projects helping underserved youth in the areas of education, social development, and athletics. Thank you, Mattingly Charities, for supporting your community. And this is still the McMahon exterminating. Now going to the ninth inning. Remember, looking out with all your pest control needs, McMahon.
Ninth inning. Eckes is out there, most likely just to face the lefty and Booker, and then they might pull him. We'll see if he gets Booker out relatively quickly. Might be able to face Holt and Fritz, the other two leading off. In the top of the ninth, Mississippi up by 2. It's 8-6. Haven't had too many runs since that fourth inning in which Mississippi scored 3. They haven't even scored since, but the Otters have gotten 2 back. Still find themselves down by 2. First pitch was a ball to Booker. Called a strike. Booker has a sac bunt in the first, walked in the third. Came around to score, then hit a solo homer the next inning. Flew out to center in the 6th, so he is currently at a 1-for-3. Little low, it's 2-1. 2-1. Eckes threw a very efficient 8th inning. That's popped up. Left field. Into foul ground. Salvaggio makes a sliding grab for out number 1. It was a bit of a weird one over there. Salvaggio called him off, and I think the wind was pushing it. The wind is blowing a lot right to left here at Bosse Field, so I think Salvaggio is kind of fighting with the wind there. He ends up making the sliding grab, though, for out number 1. And Eckes is out of the game. Oh, good day out of the pen for David Eckes as he throws an inning and a third hitless. And Alex Valdez will come in to try and take the rest of the 9th. 8-6 Mississippi as we take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters call the bullpen. Alex Valdez into pitch. Valdez is on the mound. Brown behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, 2319 West River Road, 812475 9000. Special Bosse Field shout out to Gabby from the Boys and Girls Club of Evansville, back for a second night here at the ballpark. Host family coordinator for the team, too. Don't forget about that.
Make sure to always tie your shoes, kids. Alex Valdez is into the game to try and finish off the 9th, as David Eckes ended up getting out number 1. Now it's Valdez to take on Holt and Fritz, trying to get another 1-2-3. First pitch called a strike. The Otters trying to get some offense going in the bottom of the 9th. 3 outs to go before Mississippi wins their 15th if this score holds. Outside, it's 1-1. Valdez at a 4.96 ERA after throwing a scoreless inning on Friday. His ERA is now below 5. He's been pitching very well. Overall against Mississippi, 3 scoreless innings, only giving up 1 run. It wasn't earned on a hit. Has a strikeout and a walk as well. 11 games with 0 earned runs so far this season. That includes 4 of his last 5. Gave up an earned run on the 12th against Schaumburg, but Otters ended up getting the win anyways there. 1-2 is outside. 2-2. Another one high. Holt is 2 for 4 today. 2 singles, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Also has a strikeout and a fly out to right field. Payoff. Got him swinging. Out number 2 is the first strikeout of the day for Valdez.
German American Bank strikeout.
And that'll bring up Fritz with 2 outs and nobody on. Here in the top of the 9th, Otters down 2, 8-6. Seen them come back from worse. First pitch here to Fritz. A little low. Fritz is 2 for 3. He's reached in all 4 at-bats this game. Reached on an error, drove in a run in the first inning, walked in the third, homered in the fourth, and hit a single in the 7th, which included a stolen base as well, making him a perfect 5 for 5 on the season. 2-0 to Fritz. Couple of very uncompetitive pitches to start off for Valdez. Check swing did go around, and it's 2-1. Valdez, 26 years old, 6'2". He was with the D-backs, signed with them on July 2nd, 2017. Overall, he had 207 2/3 innings in the D-backs organization. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2. Now he's 1 strike away from getting out of the 9th here and hoping the offense can get some runs on the board in the bottom half. It's Robertson, Salvaggio, and Ponder leading off the 9th inning. 2-2. Another one in the dirt. Scooped up by Logan Brown. Full count here for Valdez against A.J. Fritz. Another payoff here. Second straight full count for Valdez. His pitch is called strike 3. Great placement, as that is another strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Valdez and a 1-2-3 frame for Eckes and Valdez. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. The Otters need 2 to tie, 3 to win. As Mississippi tries to take a game in the series, Otters try to sweep. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th on the Otters Digital Network. Well, Mississippi is 12-0 when leading after 8 innings. The Otters are trying to make it 12-1 as we are in the bottom of the 9th. 3 outs separate Mississippi from a win in the series. The Otters have taken the series already, but it's better than taking the series. It's a sweep, and the Otters want a sweep. Blake Robertson, TJ Salvaggio, John Ponder leading off the bottom of 9th. Tristan House is still out there. If he finishes this inning, he'll get the save. Robertson is 0 for 3, a fly out to left field and 2 strikeouts. He's off to a rough start offensively today after a 3 for 3 day yesterday. So that swung on and missed for strike 1. House got Linscott to ground out to short and had Gonzalez fly out to center, struck out LG Castillo looking. for 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. That one's in the dirt, and it's 1-1. The score holds. The Otters fall to 25-13, still 1.5 games back of Washington in the Central after they lost in sudden death to Lake Erie. 1-1. A little high and away. It's 2-1. Only 2 walks issued by Otters or by Mississippi pitching today. Both of them to Ponder. Also them 1-2 Gonzalez, making it 3. The 2 of them were by Barraza, but Barraza also had 5 strikeouts. That'll miss for ball 3. Walk would put the tying run to the plate in Salvaggio, who already has a homer today. (3-1). That is called strike 2. And it's a full count here against Robertson. Robertson does already have 2 strikeouts today. 3-2 from House. Fouls it away. Somebody's still warming in the bullpen for Mississippi just in case. Not too big of a leash here for House. Might just take him out if he gets 1 runner on base here. Another payoff. Popped up into shallow center. A lot of guys over there. It'll be Skinner, though, to make the catch for out number 1. That was Furr, Booker, Shield, and Skinner all coming out there. And Skinner ends up calling them all off and making the catch for out number 1, and that'll bring up TJ Salvaggio. Homer in the 5th inning is the only hit of the day so far for TJ. Fights one off over to third. Holt throws it on to first, and that's out number 2. Otters find themselves down to their last out, and that'll bring up Ponder. Now John Ponder is 0 for 2. He has 2 walks, and both of those walks he came around to score. One in the 1st, one in the 7th. Sandwiched in between those 2 walks are 2 groundouts. Otters down to their last out here in game 3, as that swung on and missed for strike 1. The score holds. It would be the first loss in these uniforms for the Otters, and it would drop them to 17-4 at home. And 2 of those losses coming against Mississippi. Otters down to their last strike here, 0-2 against Ponder. The other 2 losses at home were against Washington, all the way back in mid-May, near the start of the season. 0-2 in the dirt. If this score holds as well, this would be the first Otters loss at home that wasn't on a Wednesday. It's a little bit of a weird fun fact for you. One, 2. High and inside. Makes it 2-2. And Ponder has already walked twice. Monty Jones has 3 hits. Could be in business a little bit here if Ponder gets on base. 2-2. Stays alive, fouls it back.
Still here to tell you that Red Hot Ball is brought to you by Hetz Construction.
2 hours, 50 minutes into this one.
Never regret.
It started off with a lot of offense. It slowed down a little bit in the past 4 or 5 innings. Otters chipping away. 2-2. That one's high. It's ball 3. They're down 8-4. Scored 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, but still need 2 more to just keep the game tied and send it to extras, let alone the 3 to win it. 3-2. That is ball 4, and Ponder walks for the 3rd time today. 3 of the 4 walks issued by Mississippi pitching have been to John Ponder as he keeps on finding ways to get on base. That'll bring up Amani Jones, who's 3 for 4 today, 3 singles. Last one in the 7th brought in a run. And now he represents the last chance for the Otters in game 3. There's a ground ball over to second base. Furr tosses to first, and that'll do it. Mississippi wins game 3, 8-6, as the Otters tried for a comeback, but they end up dropping this last one in the series finale. Mississippi is now 15-24 as they take game 3. Evansville now down to 25-13. Well, you can't win them all, and the Otters definitely tried to come back and take this one, but the offense started at the wrong time, and Mississippi's bullpen took care of business. Overall, though, a lot of positives to come out of this series, especially on Friday, where they won 13-1. Saturday, they got another 1-run victory, and they still took the series at home here against Mississippi. You win 2 of 3, and then you go into the off day knowing that you win 2 of 3, maybe take the anger of the loss here in game 3 into the series in the week, over the course of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against Joliet. Now the Otters, this is their first loss in the Eville uniforms. They're now 17-4 at home. Mississippi rises now to 6-18 on the road. They'll head home for 6 games against Lake Erie. And as mentioned previously, the Otters are staying home for 3 against Joliet before we head to Florence next weekend. Next time we see the Mud Monsters is after the All-Star break for 6 games at Trustmark Park against Mississippi in late July, as we take a look at the score bug here. 8-6, 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Mississippi. On the other side, 6 runs, 9 hits, and 4 errors for Evansville. And the errors definitely came back to bite them. 4 errors is the most errors that the Otters have had in a game this season, as they fall here by 2 against Mississippi. Still taking the series, as we will have an off day tomorrow before Tuesday at 6:35. We will have game 1 of 3 against the Joliet Slammers as we face off against Joliet for the first time this season. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Father's Day. Enjoy the Monday off day, and we'll see you Tuesday night. For everybody here with the Otters, I'm Evan Patoka. We will see you on Tuesday.
guy. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. There is a lightning storm cloud on its way. So unfortunately, this evening, for the first time this season, we're not going to be able to do autographs or run the bases or anything like that. Yeah, it was just announced. It came from way above tippity top. So when you guys come next time, we'll let you run twice. Sorry about that, but safety first and all that stuff. No autographs tonight. Don't run the bases. Instead, there's a bad storm cloud something. I don't know. Ron Rhodes. He pointed to the sky, and I just listened. Sorry, guys. No, not tonight. I'm sorry.